Hey Gemini, welcome to March 2018. I have a couple announcements and then we're going to get right into this reading here. So my husband and I are moving to North Carolina end of April. Well, our lease here ends in April. So this month and next month is going to be pretty crazy for us trying to figure out how to get ourselves down there. So with that being said, I'm keeping these videos short and sweet. I'm not having any fancy intros and like editing and stuff like that because it does take a lot of time to do that for every single video. So I'm not going to be doing that, and these videos are going to be a lot shorter. I'm also shuffling the cards and laying them out before I start the recordings as well. Mercury retrograde is between March 22nd and April 15th, and I have found in the past that doing private readings for people during that time is very difficult for me. I'm a Gemini, Mercury ruled, and I always have a difficult time trying to find the right words. I struggle with the readings. I can get them done. It's just more difficult for me. And plus also on top of that, I always end up having some kind of weird technical issue. No joke. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing private readings during that time. I'm actually going to extend it past April 15th, and I'm not going to open my doors again for private readings until we get to North Carolina and we're settled in. So sometime in May. So if you want a private reading with me, go to my website, thecreativegypsy.net, and between now and March 21st. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until May. Okay? And also maybe changing the name of my business at some point. I haven't felt 100% on a new name just yet, but once I do, I will make an official announcement about it, and I'll also explain why I felt the need to change the name. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, Gemini, so everything is laid out here, and we're going to get right into it. Oh, there's my tea. And you know what, let me zoom in a little bit here for you so you can see all the cards, and I'm going to switch these around so that you can see it how it's actually laid out for you. So these cards are now going to be facing you. Okay, Gemini, what's going on? It seems like we lost our mojo. I kind of feel like we felt like we were really in our, in our zone, I guess, in the beginning of this year and into some of February, and then all of a sudden it just, tinkered out, and now here we are, starting March, kind of feeling like we've got some kind of creative block going on. So actually, before I start getting into it, let me just introduce the cards. So we have the Empress, the third card in the Major Arcana, in reverse here. We have the Moon, the 18th card in the Major Arcana, in reverse. We have Six of Wands upright, the Sun, the 19th card in the Major Arcana, in reverse, and the Four of Wands upright. And I personally feel that when I have certainly more than one Major Arcana card in a reading, it signifies, important events occurring, significant events. So this is definitely going to be an interesting month, an important month for us. So here we go. So it's saying, there's some creative block going on here, and it continues on into this card, the Moon. So this is kind of like the first half of the month. This is the second half of the month. These two came out together, so I feel like they're both their own little message here. But either way, so something is going on with our personal self-esteem where maybe we aren't trusting ourselves, our energy is really low, maybe there's some depression going on, there's creative block in one way or another. The Moon card here I mean, if you take a look at this when it's upright, there's a little cat on a wall looking at its reflection in the water, and it's like a giant panther reflection, reflecting back at the cat. So it's like believing, you know, or like seeing your true self and knowing that you are a very strong, and, you know, all of that. So when it's in reverse, it's kind of like, here I am, the panther, and then I'm seeing this tiny little cat. So I am like, I have this belief that I am not as powerful as I actually am. You know, here it's like there's a knowing. There's a knowing, and there's like intuitive connection with you, where you know that you have this, you know, innate power within you, and you're trusting yourself and the universe to guide you. Here it's like you're feeling disconnected, and also just doubting yourself and your abilities to be as powerful as you would like to be. You're having a difficult time, you know, connecting the reality with the mental aspects of yourself. So there's something going on mentally, and there's like a disconnect intuitively here that's preventing us from being our most powerful, vibrant, energetic, creative selves, which I can totally relate to this. Like this, the last week of February, definitely into this month, I've definitely felt off. So then we have the Six of Wands, and it's saying like, you need to recognize everyone who has helped you get to where you are. So there's some significant event going on this month, and maybe you are stressing out about how you're going to get to where it is that you want to go. I mean, like, for example, for me, we have to move, and there's the stress of moving going on. And, you know, maybe at some point in this month, people will start to come around and try to lift you up and be supportive, and, you know, help to remind you how strong you really are. And here it's just saying, like, you are very powerful, you have achieved a lot in your life, but you need to give thanks, give gratitude for everyone and everything that has helped you get there. So, like, make sure that you are not getting cocky, I guess, about where you are going. I mean, thinking that you did it all yourself and nobody helped you. Do you know what I mean? So just being careful in that way, but also there's just a remembering of how important your family and friends are to you, and how important you are to them, and being celebrated for who you are. And maybe this is also kind of like a coming out of the closet, whether it's, you know, sexually, or like just some part of yourself that you've kept hidden for a long time, or most of your life. You're finally bringing it out into the light, and showing everyone who you truly are, you know, being your most authentic version of yourself, and getting actually a very positive reaction, because it's like everyone knows already who you are, and it's like they're waiting for you to see it yourself, and they're you know, they're congratulating you for recognizing it and coming out into the light, if that makes sense. So it seems like towards the middle of the month, you pull yourself out of this like mental self-doubt and creative blockage and all of this. Like, you are your friends and family, and you yourself lift yourself out of the darkness and into the light here. And then we have the sun in reverse, and it's like, when it's upright, it's like I'm in the flow of everything. I'm connected to everyone and everything. Everything is joyful. I'm in this just a very, very happy, positive place where everything is working out in my favor. Everything is flowing. I am, excited for what's next. I'm charging ahead towards the future. I'm in the cycle of life. I'm in sync with the cycle of life, and I understand my place in this world. When it's in reverse, there's it's like you're not fully in sync yet, or you're like stumbling a little bit. Things aren't flowing perfectly. There's delays. Having to go back and redo things. And this is interesting because this is around the time that Mercury retrograde begins. So there's like this stumbling here, but it's interesting because there's, like, if you look at it's a very similar images here of people celebrating here together and people celebrating here together. And I find that very interesting. And so for me, that's very significant. I feel, and the fact that you're surrounded by people here, I feel like your friends and your family are coming out to help you and support you through this major event that is occurring in your life. Actually, I wanted to say finally. And it's like a celebration here. Creating, just celebrating with others, being connected with others and creating magical things. And that is, this is a time of celebration, just completely. Which is it kind of reminds me of the, what is it, the Three of Cups card, but it's a little bit different. It's like Three of Cups is very joyful and like emotionally connected with everything and celebrating and things like that. And here it's like you're finding your footing through the help of others, and you're in a extremely positive place because of it. And the wands are representative of the element of fire, so I feel like it's going to be an extremely fiery, energetic time where it's very passionate, very motivated. Your friends and the people that are important to you are motivating you and catapulting you forward towards your dreams. So it's saying like, you may stumble a little bit, there may be some delays here, but everything's going to work out perfectly. Everything is going to be great. This seems like a very positive month for you. It's just, like here, there's a little bit of a stumble in the beginning. But then things start to come together in the middle of the month. You start to own your power, own who you are, and being more honest and authentic with everyone, and they embrace you because of it. And they're there for you to support you and help you through it. And if you find later in the month that nobody's around to help you, it seems like it could be a significant other, but it also could be just universally feeling connected to everyone. and stumbling in your process, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is going to be a time where you're physically alone. I feel like Gemini, this is a great portrayal of Gemini. You guys, or we, kind of thrive and become more alive when we're surrounded by friends and people who are important to us. And I feel like that's what's happening here. So this is a very interesting month, a little bit of a stumble and creative block here, and then somehow you come back out into the light. So I would pay attention to what you're doing. I know this is the full moon, but paying attention to what you're doing around the new moon, definitely. This month, which is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. So just like taking stock of where you, like how far you've come in life and where you're going, and give yourself credit for everything that you've achieved in your life, for, you know, all of your failures and all of your successes. Because the failures are what make you stronger, are where you learn the lessons and figure out how to improve and then succeed from there, if that makes sense. You are a very powerful person, Gemini, so don't ever doubt that. And then I also pulled some cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle card deck. We have Hope and Happiness and Clear Endeavor. There's a garbage truck outside. I'm sorry for the noise. So Hope and Happiness and Clear Endeavor. So getting clear on what it is that you want from life, getting clear on what truly makes you happy is going to push you forward towards where you want to go completely. I know a lot of the times we can get stuck, or just people in general can just get stuck in these routines that you're like, how the hell did I get here? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, let's hit the reset button and reassess where we are and where it is we want to go. Get back into our happy place and then push forward from there. So what I've been doing every time I've been feeling anxious or like out of it and depressed is I've just been dancing like an idiot. Dancing like an idiot in my kitchen, playing music, not caring what I look like or how stupid or how dumb my moves are. Sometimes I actually just record them and put it up on Snapchat or Instagram just to, like, you know, break up the pattern that is going on in this world where we all feel like we have to be perfect all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I really don't care about looking like an idiot. So, yeah, I'll make those videos every once in a while and just, be a goofball. And that shakes out the anxiety and the depression and, like, retrains your focus to get you to where you want to go. Actually, I should probably do that today. So I think that would be a great thing for you to try this month to help you get out of this mental blockage that's going on, where you're doubting your abilities. You're very powerful. You're very creative. You are, you're one of those signs where, most other signs can't figure you out, but at the same time, they're so envious of you that, just embrace that. Just embrace who you are and just go with it. Okay, Gemini, this is going to be a great month, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. So get in touch by my website, thecreativegypsy.net, if you would like a private reading with me up until March 21st. After that, you'll have to wait until May. And follow me on Instagram as well, at The Creative Gypsy. Thanks so much, and have a great month. We'll see you in April. Take care.